Looks like she's late. The meeting time's already come and gone. And it also appears as if the other balls are no-show as well.
I told you I could handle this alone. Let's get out of here. Oh, man.
This whole area used to be a giant lake, so naturally the ground's gonna be a little muddy. So watch your step, okay?
Whatever.
Hey, wait for me!
Volstese.
Father.
Tell me, how is the princess doing?
She's not doing well. Solma's energy fills the earth, and no individual has been blessed more by its influence than the princess. It is for this very reason that the princess is worshipped as a symbol of Julianess. But now...
Now with Solma's power depleting more each day, it seems the natural balance of things has been disturbed.
Her rapidly deteriorating condition is proof of that.
All we can do now is pray for Lunalis Umbra's hasty return.
You do know where we are, right? We've gone a pretty long way underground. Those books were right. This path still goes down a whole lot deeper. Light, what's the matter?
It's just, I forgot to ask you something pretty important.
What's that?
Well, we're splitting this treasure down the middle, right?
Huh?
The receptionist at the center said the three of us should discuss what would happen if we... Hey, wait a second. Since she's not here, we each get a bigger share of the booty.
Hold on. What are you talking about? You're not getting any booty.
What? No booty?
No booty. We Shrimar study history. We're researchers, not treasure hunters. You're here to protect me on an academic excursion which will benefit historians, and whatever treasure we do find belongs to Ashliana's archives and museums. You understand?
All of it? Are you sure?
Yep, sure am.
So you're telling me I'm not getting any booty?
Correct. This expedition is 100% booty-free.
No booty. Ridiculous. No wonder that other Vol never even bothered showing up. Who'd be stupid enough to work for these wages?
Please slow down and make sure you watch where you're going.
Yeah, let's get this over with. One of the dumbest things I've ever...
Huh? Wait for me! Sorry about that, but I tried to warn you not to go so fast, didn't I?
Yeah, that's great. Next time I'm minding you. What did you just do?
Nothing. This is fantastic. Who knew such a device existed in the Rivial era?
Hey, wait!
Are you just gonna sit there?
I'm coming.
Fantastic. Amazing.
It is?
Hold the light over here. This must be the legendary Temple of Moonlight written about in the ancient Ashlik record. It's a lucky thing we hurried here, because it means we're the first to find it. I can't wait to see the astonished looks on the academic society's faces when I present my findings. Light over here, please. Thank you. First, I have to prove this is the actual Temple of Moonlight. If I can successfully do that, then we can once and for all put an end to the popular theory going around that the Ashlik record is just a fake.
Temple of Moonlight?
Yeah, that's right. Don't you remember the folktales about Lunalis Umbra?
Isn't it some sort of god?
Right. Well, the moonlight in this case actually refers to the Lunalis Umbra.
Oh god, what was that?
I don't know. Rising from the ruins.
I just can't believe it. How can you be so scientific and calm, huh? Aren't you scared?
We Shrimar expect this sort of stuff on our excursions. If you hadn't screamed like that, I might have gotten some valuable information from that apparition.
Well, I ain't afraid of no ghost. This is a curse.
You're afraid of the curse?
Yeah, you know how hard it is to get work if you're cursed?
There's nothing I can do about that. You knew there'd be sacrifices.
Yeah, Yeah, but I'm not getting any booty, remember?
I understand. It's all about the booty. Well, I guess this is goodbye. I'll just have to continue alone. Don't worry about them. I can handle it.
Hey guys, over here! Do you mind if I ask you some questions? What are you doing, you idiot? Don't you get it? Those things will curse you to death or even worse!
But I thought that's why you came along on this journey.
What?
To guard me.
How am I supposed to guard you from ghosts? That wasn't part of my training. They're here!
Huh? Hey, Lai, aren't you gonna fight them?
Nowhere in my training did anyone say I had to fight ghosts! Now come on! They're apparitions! Same thing! No, they're not! Say it, would ya? Oh, great. This is where we first saw the apparitions.
How could this happen? Lai, it looks like she's crying.
That's weird. I'm not even wet. But how? Doesn't matter. As long as we're alive, we're... Holy crap! What's wrong, Vice? Why aren't you saying anything? Guess it's time for us to go. Come on, let's get going. While we still can.
Wait a second. Water, ceremony, young maiden, tears, the Remiel era, corridors that radiate out from the temple. Water.
Can't you do this already? Hold on! Please, Vice.
You saw that girl crying, didn't you?
So what?
So do you really think a dangerous, blood-hungry apparition would be crying like that?
Well, I wouldn't be terribly surprised if it would.
You're wrong. I think she's trying to tell us something, but what?
Do you think you can figure it out?
No, just kidding, but I need time. See, I believe the key is in the mural itself. If I had the Ashlick records with me, then I could compare the descriptions and maybe know why she's crying.
Try to be quick. I'm not getting paid nearly enough to risk my life.
Okay. Though it may look like an ordinary painting, this mural actually contains pictographs.
What? You mean the pictures are code or something? Some sort of puzzle?
Uh-huh. And if I can decipher it, I'm sure we'll find something important.
Like booty.
We who worship the holy water and live our lives blessed by the great power of Soma, even in these difficult times, do hereby offer the gods of earth and heaven. Though this past year, this part's proving difficult to understand. Though this past year, we've had...
Had what?
Can't tell. This part of the wall's too eroded to read properly. Let's move on. As such, this is the result. The people grieve and are sorrowful. All things under the heavens suffer 1,000 deaths. Infinite tragedy and destruction. Huh? Is this... all things will come to an end? But that part isn't mentioned anywhere in the Ashlick record.
That sounds like the apocalypse, huh?
It's all becoming clear. No one's ever known what happened to this ancient civilization. All our records suddenly stop midway through their history, leaving us without any clues as to how or why or what could have happened. It's been a giant archaeological mystery no one's been able to solve. For some reason, their entire society seems to have died out.
Died out? Is that why the girl was crying?
Could be, but then why? Water.
Why do you keep saying water over and over?
Because I keep seeing all these references to water. Only I'm not exactly sure how they're connected just yet. Huh?
Hey, come does it say?
The symbol in the center represents Soma, and the people beneath it are worshippers. It's religious. Remule-era civilization was characterized by Soma worship and a submersion ceremony to prove their faith. Submersion? That's it! Water's the key!
Hey, where are you going? I want to go and check it again. Check what again? Hey, wait for me, Vice! Isn't this where we slid down the first time?
There are no stairs.
Of course there's not. That's why we slid.
I'd better get a good look around.
Hey, what's a big idea leaving me alone in the dark?
I knew it! Not a single set of stairs anywhere.
What's that supposed to mean?
What it means is that this structure wasn't built for housing purposes. It was built instead specifically for their ceremony.
Ceremony?
This entire structure was created with the sole purpose of being sunk underwater at some point in time. During their ceremony, no doubt. That's why there was never any need for stairs.
If you ask me, it's a whole lot of work for nothing.
Maybe it wasn't for nothing. Maybe they had no choice. Maybe the reason they did it was here, written on this part that's been eroded over time. Put your shorts on! Try not to scream, okay? Please, we mean you no harm. Tell us how we can help you. There must have been a time when the Soma dried up long ago. Seeing the Soma dry up more and more each day, the ancients decided to do something about it. So they built this place. Hoping to stop the Soma from drying, they submerged it underwater as an offering to the gods. Look, there's the girl. I guess they didn't make it in time. The building itself stood poised and ready. But by that point, the lakes and rivers had dried up, just like the Soma had. What? What's that?
I think she wants us to sink that.
This entire area used to be a lake. A water vein still runs underneath us now.
Then if we push that down, water will surge out from the vein, right? Should we? Even if we did sink it now, it wouldn't change what happened to all those people back then. Would it?
You're right. But on the other hand, it seems wrong for us to just ignore their sorrow.
But this place, you're okay with sinking it? What about the academic society? This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, isn't it? You're willing to let it slip through your fingers?
In school, Shrimar learned that history doesn't always work out the way people in a society want it to. But still, if it's for the sake of all those people's feelings, then...
I see. I'm finally beginning to understand how you think. You know, some might say that you're much too naive to be a Shrimar.
That's right. I'm a failure. You too, Lai.
At least now we won't run into any more ghosts. Apparitions. We need to go. Go where? Anywhere! Hey, up there, look! Break it open! What? Hurry! What? I am invincible! My body forms perfectly honed! The power of my blood has no equal! Didn't mention it earlier, but I only just started taking assignments 2 months ago. You what? Oh, there you are, you guys. Sorry I was late. I put back a few drinks on the way and got held up. You know how it is. But what made you break through the ceiling, eh?
October 3rd, a beautiful clear day. This morning I paid Diaz a visit at the house he's been renting. I cooked for us and did the dishes, and then said goodbye. Diaz seemed very grateful to see me, but I was only trying to keep him company since Ellie and Gar are too busy lately. Then, afterwards, on my way back to the Octopus Leg Inn.
Excuse me, but I think I was next.
Scram, little boy, this isn't a game.
I don't appreciate how you guys keep skipping my turn.
Listen, kid, why don't you come back when you're full grown? War is for adults, and we gotta get prepared in case Sulfin attacks us again, you understand?
Hey, Gar!
Kyo? Hey, how are you? Is everything okay with Diaz?
This is just great. Now we gotta babysit his girlfriend.
Watch your mouth! He happens to be a respected Vol!
All right. We'll let your little man here take a shot at it, Toots.
Drag that scrawny body into the ring, boy.
I think I'm done practicing. You can take it from here. You ready?
Sure, could work, Gar.
God, you mean as in Garban? No freaking way. That was the Black Howling?
Bleh. Ever since the incident at Blorahan, his reputation has been steadily growing. Naturally, I'm happy for him. At least I think so.
He's alive. He's alive. Go and fall off the guy's cheek immediately. We found G. I'll hurry as fast as I can. Try not to piss him off. What the?
The boat from Karuta is now departing. All passengers to Karuta, please board.
Gar, do you really need to come all the way into town just to get in some practice?
Going one-on-one with Ellie all the time is good practice, but I need to vary my routine every now and then.
And show off your skills while you're at it, right?
Are you implying that I come all the way into town just to feed my ego? Crap. Hey, Ellie, what are you doing here?
I think I'm done practicing. You can take it from here.
You were watching?
You bet I was watching, Mr. Cool Guy. Who the hell do you think you are? Please stop! No wonder you've been neglecting the old lady at home. You've been sparring on the side, haven't you?
Ellie, please don't kill Gar.
Pathetic.
Is what you are, Ellie. You just don't know when to stop. You are aware that Gar is one of my most valuable employees.
Don't worry so much. With all this talk of war, we haven't had that much business anyway.
Once again, you've managed to miss the point. Kyo, I'm going to do some work outside. Please take care of Gar.
That's new.
Yeah, sure. And Ellie, when you're done with ear cleaning, watch the bar. Hey, Ellie, have you happened to notice?
Huh?
Gar, he's gotten a lot stronger. He's defeated Bo. He's rescued Diaz. He's really very strong now, isn't he?
Nah, he's as wimpy as ever. Look at him. I was just playing around and look what happened to the wuss.
But now, with everybody in town starting to call him the Black Howling, he's just not the same guy anymore.
So what? You make it sound like getting stronger is a bad thing. But that's exactly why people train, Kyo.
I never said it was bad. I'm happy for him too, you know.
So then, what's the problem? You're acting all weird.
Hey, Ellie, I think you should really try to go visit Diaz once in a while.
Even if I did go and visit him, I just wouldn't know what to say.
Don't say that, Ellie, you hear me? Having a family is the most wonderful thing on this earth. You should try being a little nicer to yours.
Hey, Kyo, what's going... Ellie, did you do something to piss her off? Because she seems pissed off.
Having a family is a wonderful thing.
Please pardon my unannounced intrusion, Princess. Might I inquire as to how the princess is feeling these days?
The soma levels continue to fall with no end in sight. Could this possibly be someone's doing? Or is it perhaps an ordeal sent down from the gods above to test the faith of humankind? All of creation first sprang from the power of soma. Now with its decline, nature itself has been thrown off balance, on the verge of a horrible collapse.
The princess must be anxious for the return of Lunalis Umbras.
Would it be too much to ask for your assistance and have you stay?
I'm afraid that is...
The problems of humankind to be handled by humankind. Is that what you intend to say?
I've decided to go away for an extended period of time, Princess.
Where exactly would you go?
To Karuda. Turbulent winds have begun to blow in from that direction.
Later that night, I snuck out of the Octopus Lake Inn and went to a training arena to practice my Tomo capturing techniques. Hundreds of Septias had once trained there, but I was now the only soul to tread that haunted ground. Tomo technique was my grandfather's specialty. I'm determined to master it one day, as he did before me. I must train harder. I must become stronger, because if I don't, then I'll lose him. I just know Gaul will leave me if I don't.
Did you know that G was the 7th letter of the ancient Latinized language's alphabet? And that the number 7, and thus accordingly the letter G, was considered a symbol of strength?
Are you still alive? As a Sabal, you're the strongest of the Vals. Why then do you persist in these meaningless battles? Why do you run headlong into madness? Answer me, G. Tell me why, Cain Phalanx.
I do not run headlong into madness. I merely wish to use my gift of strength and talent for fighting on the battlefield where they belong. After all, sire, there's a reason why I've chosen to name myself G as the strongest. In order to uphold my name, I must continue to face off against the most powerful warriors on the planet. I must therefore follow this path which you deem madness, for it is the path that beckons me.
Open the gates of Hades.
Iba Sutra, the 55th of all, known as Hawkeye, prepare to die!
You're a little out of control, G.
Kyo? Fluffy, were you watching me all along?
You mustn't become impatient.
I'm not being impatient, though.
It's Ga, isn't it? You're worried about him. You know, sometimes our feelings don't behave the way that we'd like them to, Kyo. Does seeing Ga get stronger by the day make you worried for him? Or are you scared that if he keeps getting stronger, he'll eventually get closer to Ellie?
Please don't mention her name, okay?
Listen to me, Kyo. Despite what you think, you're not any lonelier than anyone else in this world. Falling in love is one thing, but using love to fill some void deep inside you is another. You had better make damn sure that you understand the difference between the two.
If that's what you think I'm doing, you're wrong. You're wrong!
The Chamber of Hades. If he is still alive, I might find myself using this room one day. Perhaps now is the time to tell the truth.
I've been confused about these feelings growing inside me lately. Tomorrow I'll begin practicing Tomo extra hard.
You're out of control, G!
The same type of wound now, wasn't it? That brings the total to 3 of my men killed exactly the same way.
First I saw him died by my own hands. That man we used to call our friend. I was even there when we buried him. There's no way he could have come back.
I understand how you feel, but there is one thing I know for a fact. As we speak, a threatening presence approaches Karuta.
But is it a danger resurrected from the past?
The boat for Karuta is now departing. All passengers to Karuta, please board.
Let's go.
October 7th. Another beautiful day comes to a close. God doesn't seem to have noticed anything. Folly, Ellie, and I go on acting like nothing's happened.
Yo, Gah, working hard, huh?
I thought you'd already gone to bed.
Feel like a late-night duel?
No thanks. I really feel like working by myself right now.
I'm not talking about sparring here, Gah. I'm talking about fighting at 59th Sabal.
What do you mean by that? You're kidding. Ellie?
Let's go.
Shut up. You can't kick me around anymore. I'm not the same as I used to be!
Get up, Gah! If that's all it takes to beat you, then you haven't changed very much, now have you? Overconfident. Oh! Beneath that empty bravado, you still have doubts about fighting!
No, that's not true!
You don't have what it takes! You let your mind wander too much!
No, I am focused. I want to be strong. That's why I fight!
You're full of crap, Gah!
I speak the truth!
In that case, would you care to explain to me why, during a battle at Blorahan, you failed to kill a single Sulfan soldier? You defeated them, but you spared every one of their lives. Your first battle as a Karutan soldier, and you held back. What more proof do you need?
So you want me to become a killer? Is that it?
That's not what I'm saying. But a warrior must learn to lay his life on the line during battle, Gah. And he who has doubts about his fighting and holds back will never become Sabal, no matter how strong he gets.
Well, I don't have any doubts, Ellie. At Blorahan, I fought my battle my way, just like Diaz told me to.
Do you only know to fight when somebody commands you to? Then give me all you got, Gah.
Ah! Ellie!
This Sabal wants you to hit her with everything you got. A scrawny little limp-wristed blade fist like that would never face a Sabal. Gah, listen to me. I'll tell you what makes a Sabal a Sabal. It all comes down to this, right here, your spirit!
Your spirit.
There's absolutely no spirit in the way you execute any of your skills or moves. All I can sense in your moves is doubt. Do you understand? Gah, you have to let everything go. I think it's time I dealt with some of my own issues.
I did it! I really did it! Did you see that, Grandfather?
I'm sure he did.
You in there, huh, Diaz? It's me. Grandfather?
I'm afraid not, Kill. I'm not Jin Sutra. I'm actually his younger brother, Iba Sutra.
Iba Sutra? Karuta's king?
When I heard of my brother's passing, I wanted to come and see you right away, but found my position as king made that more difficult than I imagined. Did my brother ever speak of me? What?
That's right. I'm thanking you for everything you've ever done for me. To settle the score between us.
Ellie. Please, Kyo, I'm asking you to let me be the shield that defends you until you find a person to love and protect you.
Until I find a person to love and protect me.
It's darkness.
It's been quite a while.
Indeed it has, my old friend, Vilo. I have come to learn of the events that are about to transpire.
Push with all you got!
It's no use!
Roll it back!
Look out! So my bloody foot!
October 10th. Another beautiful, clear day. This morning I went to Diaz's house and made him lunch. He ate it. I still haven't told anyone about King Iba Sutra yet. I wouldn't know how to begin to explain it. Of course, Ellie is as super strong as always, and as super cool as always, too. I have noticed that she's been training a whole lot lately, which leads me to believe that the approaching war is closer than ever. This afternoon, I finally summoned the courage to ask Diaz about something. Something that had been bothering me for a long time.
Let's see, when I was in Blorahan.
Yeah, right before you sent Goth, what did you tell him to prepare him for battle?
Yes, that. I reminded him that everybody has their own personal battle, only they can fight.
Has their own personal battle to fight.
So King Phalanx. Or do you prefer we call you G?
I don't have a preference. And who are you?
Well, a little bit early, aren't you?
I am. Who the hell is he?
I'm afraid we cannot reveal our identities, but know this. All of the parties present here are after one and the same thing. That's all I can say.
Oh, yeah?
The annihilation of the holy nation. Divine punishment for Karuta. And it all begins this very evening. Know that we've no intention of getting in your way. However, I suggest you be ready for tonight because anything could happen.
I've got my own battle to fight in Karuta.
Why do you get off acting so tough, old man? So Ellie told me my moves lack spirit. Can you believe that?
So is that why you've been training so hard lately?
That's not the only reason. Yeah.
I wonder what's gonna happen now. I mean, whether we're in for a battle even more violent than the last one.
Who knows what'll happen? I don't. But I do know that if it comes down to it, I'm ready to fight with everything I've got.
So is that the pride of a Karutan soldier?
Huh? What do you mean?
Nothing. Never mind.
Kyo?
Ga, what does it feel like to be a shield for someone and fight for them?
What do you mean? What's wrong with you, Kyo? You're acting weird.
I mean, wouldn't your opponent be doing the same thing and fighting for someone they love?
I don't really get how it all works, but I'm not as strong as Ellie yet. Scarface told me to just keep getting stronger. The Vols are only human. I mean, we just have different ways of thinking. So wouldn't that mean we just have different ways of everything? Diaz once said to me,
everyone has a battle only they can fight?
Did you hear that from Diaz?
But things are never that simple, right?
Kyo.
Hurry! Over here!
Is it true?
Scarface has gone ahead to report it to King Iba Sutra. Also, darkness has come from Julianess.
Darkness is here?
That's right.
And do we know where Kane's been hiding?
If we're to believe the rumors, then he spent the last 3 years hiding in Solfan's army. What surprised me the most was to find out he'd been working as a strategist, somehow hiding his identity and pretending to be a loyal Solfan soldier.
You're saying that G was with them. I see.
Diaz, I'm afraid that if worse comes to worse, then you might have to get involved.
midday, graffiti proclaiming the annihilation of the Holy Nation was all over town. Everyone was on edge, and the ones responsible were still on the loose.
These rats must be found.
No, look at here. Sorry, boss, but I'm gonna be going out for a bit tonight.
It's okay. We haven't had any customers for days anyway.
Finally. All right. Okay, I'm done spreading sand in the garden.
What's up? You leaving?
She's been summoned to the palace.
Because of the commotion over the graffiti?
Nah, they wouldn't summon a Saval over some case of graffiti now, would they? Folly, could you try and see what you can find out about this? Seems like more than just ordinary vandalism.
It'll cost you.
Yeah, we'll put it on my tab. Hey, Kyo, you got a minute? I wanted to say that I'm sorry about before. Well, all that stuff we talked about family. It wasn't anything personal, you know.
It's okay. I wasn't offended.
There's something else I want to tell you.
Yeah?
My brother always says, everyone has their own battle to play. It's kind of his motto. And don't get me wrong, I agree with him. It's just...
What, Ellie? It's just what?
There are times when only foot soldiers can use that way of thinking. Because with certain enemies, it's not enough. Not by a long shot. And in those certain circumstances, you end up losing the people you love. Tomo, have you mastered it yet?
That's right.
Use it wisely and it'll serve you well, Kyo. But remember, sometimes, being brave means knowing when to retreat.
It would appear that Sir Lin Fuma has successfully infiltrated Karuda.
He is quite the attention-getter. I'm sure his arrival in Karuda will bring the usual amount of uproar and firestorm. Very well. That happens to suit me just fine.
G came Phalanx.
Correct. As you no doubt already know, G was the 58th Saval, the one directly previous to you.
But I'd heard a rumor that he disappeared 3 years ago.
True. All evidence points to the fact that Scarface did kill him.
Did you see the 58th Saval?
It seems that he may be headed to Karuda as we speak.
A riot?
G was a stubborn, pig-headed fool in his ridiculous struggle to prove how much stronger he was than everyone else. He even decided to attempt a headlong attack on our 55th Saval, Hawkeye, King Ibasutra. I intervened. Fortunately, I was able to stop him from carrying out his plot.
However tenuous, there is a line no warrior should ever cross. A very thin line that separates proud Vol from deranged beast, because the two things are not that far away from each other. G is the 7th letter of the Latin I alphabet, but it also represents strength. It's a symbol, embodying the notion that he was supreme among all warriors.
He thought he was strongest.
A line that no warrior should ever cross?
God, what's the matter?
Lo taught me of Karudan pride. He was also on a quest of strength. But when he fought me, his eyes were perfectly lucid. They weren't the clouded or enraged eyes of some madman or deranged beast. I don't know where or what this line is you're talking about, but there's one thing I'm absolutely sure of. I will never cross it no matter what. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Where are you going, Gaw?
Kyo, wait.
Yes.
Promise me you'll keep a close eye on him. There's nothing more dangerous than a Vol whose emotions waver about indecisively.
I had no idea that ever happened.
But it did. Consider this new enemy a threat from the past.
Five incidents, all in close proximity to the guard tower. Violina? What is it? Is there a problem?
Polly! There you are. I've been looking all over for you. Somebody stole a whole bunch of bags of
many?
I counted 5 packs in all when I went back there, but there's no telling when it happened. Why didn't anyone notice? 5 packs falling into the wrong hands. That's enough sand to...
Did you see 5? Could it be? Follow me, quick.
Wait! Following our talk with Diaz, God disappeared. I looked for him everywhere, but I couldn't find any trace of him. And then, suddenly...
She's seen us! Kill her!
Kill her! Kill! Before you can...
Septia capturing technique. Tama style!
What the hell's that?
I did it. These are maps detailing the positions of the town soldiers.
You're too late. Very soon, the curtain will fall on the final act of Karuda's 2,000-year history. Say goodbye to your future. The annihilation of the holy nation will come true.
Come on, man, let's find these guys. We gotta
Over here! The men you're looking for are over here!
Where do you say?
In there!
My God, look! Are they alive? No. And it appears their death was part of the plan. You mean they killed themselves? Bingo.
Reports of a skirmish by the guard post. Details are not yet known.
I'll go.
You! Stop right there! Let's get this bastard, boys! Attack!
That's the crest of this Val. He must be Cain of Phalanx. And at that moment, something struck me. A revelation. No matter what, I mustn't ever allow God to fight this man. For if he did, he would cross the line which Diaz spoke of. That thought ran through my mind as his cold, wild eyes cut right through me. No, I'll never let that happen. Never!
Something's wrong.
Get down and inside quickly! I won't let you. You're going to fight me, not anybody else. This is my battle to fight.
Little girl, you wouldn't have any regrets if I killed you, right?
But I wasn't afraid. Some other thing had enveloped my fear, like it was a cocoon sitting inside me.
Now die!
I don't remember what happened after that. The last thing I remember is that crazed look of his, looming larger than anything I've ever known. And then I remember my own voice, coming from far, far away. I was calling out, "Gaw! Please, Gaw! Gaw!"
Joe! Stupid idiot! I told you not to be so reckless! Damn you! Bastard, you'll pay for this! That was Kyo. She was as dear to me as if she were my own living flesh and blood. I will rip you apart, you son of a bitch. You hear me? What the hell?
Well, that looks like one of the shadow skill forms. Which must mean that you're the famous shadow skill, 50 Ninths of all. Well, I do hope you'll excuse me. I'm in a bit of a hurry and don't have time to play right now. Like I said, I'd like to fight you, but I am in a hurry right now.
My martial arts language.
It blocked it.
Hawkeye Ibasutra, I, Blackwing Diaz Ragu, am humbly at your service.
I apologize for the summons.
Not at all. Protecting one's king is of utmost importance to Aval.
Diaz, I'm counting on you.
Yes.
They're part of a special Solfan unit? Surely you don't mean to imply that I work for a two-bit country like Solfan.
Who the hell are you?
Would you like to know? I'm the instrument that will end your beloved Karuda's 2,000-year history and bring ruin and shame to your people.
What'd you say?
I'm also a Saval, one who inspires all Karudan Vals to feats of courage and valor.
So, you're the 58th Saval? G? Kane? Phalanx?
Now let's see if you're inspired enough to defeat one who bears this crest, shall we?
The healing talismans aren't enough by themselves. In her state, I can't guarantee she'll live.
It can't be.
We have to get her back to the inn right now.
I'm counting on you, Folly. Your talismans are more effective than all of the doctors in town. Look at that!
A code?
What do you mean, code?
Where in the world could she have gotten them?
They pinpoint the location of all of Karuda's troops, along with their patrol routes.
And marks where the pillars are. I've seen these marks on the back streets by the pillars.
That must be where they place the bags of Dory Oak sand.
They could destroy the whole town.
With those pillars destroyed, Karuda will sink into the lake. But that can't be right. 5 Doryok sandbags won't generate enough heat.
Well, playing detective won't help us at all. Hurry and get Kyo to the inn.
You're right, Ellie. You run and report this to the soldiers and recover the remaining sand, Fiolina.
What? Who, me?
Yes, you. Now go. Don't let me down.
I won't. Ellie, what about this bag?
We'll dump it in the lake. There's no chance of the sand igniting underwater, is there? I'll take care of it. Now go!
Okay.
Gaw, this is where we go our separate ways. We must find him, you hear me? This man, our enemy, is in fact a Saval, one of Karuda's pride. He's profaned and destroyed the very symbols of strength and honor and inspiration for all of Karuda's citizens.
Ellie, your hand is hurt.
How'd he do it? Break my martial language. All right, guys, let's go.
Where the hell are you, G? Where are you hiding?
Jade is just a kid.
Little girl, you shouldn't be out at night playing this late.
Please help me. The town's gonna be destroyed by fire. All right, this way. Tag hot. Company, forward march after me. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right.
Hang on, Q.
We found it! The last bag's over here!
He does it.
I got it.
Hold on. This isn't Dory Oak sand. It's just the ordinary kind.
Little girl, is this some sort of joke?
I knew this whole flammable sand thing sounded fishy.
Well, you could have said something saved us all this running
That's strange.
around.
Something's not right. I just know it.
Isn't it time yet? Let's get this show on the road already.
Running around like this won't get me anywhere. This reminds me of that fucking monkey.
filled with madness.
My fight is one of madness.
My very symbol stained with human blood.
My fight is one of madness.
However tenuous, there is a line no warrior should ever cross. A very thin line that separates proud Vol from deranged beast, because the two things are not that far away from each other.
Deranged beast.
Damn it, where the hell is he?
So you can climb like a monkey, but are you as smart as one?
There you are!
Look how far Karuda has fallen these past 3 years. The graffiti caused such a stir that you can't even catch a single intruder. Karudan soldier, your legendary strength and 2,000-year history have come to an end.
You bastard!
Enough of your nonsense. You really should stop pushing your luck, G. It's been 3 years now, hasn't it? I can't exactly say it's a pleasure to see you, but I assure you that in one sense of the word, this reunion will be a touching one, King.
Well, I think it's all rather sad. To reunite with old friends this way with so much water under the bridge.
To come back after such a long absence and find this happening is more than I can stand.
Big brother.
Now that I've returned, I too am a Karudan Vol. It's my sworn duty to fight me with everything I've got.
We've got Blackwing, and there's Scarface, and Crimson, and finally, we have Shadow Skill.
Don't be so rash. You're missing one more.
What's this? So it's darkness. I should say that I'm honored to see that you're out to stop me no matter what it takes, even if it means using supernatural powers. Fine then, try to stop me. End my ambition along with my life. I'd like to see you try and catch me with your Karudan cage.
Karuda annihilation technique. The cage form. 5 different fighters, 5 different styles. Surrounding an opponent and attacking simultaneously. Closing in until their opponent is no different than a caged beast. In this case, a deranged beast. Ready when you are!
It's here. It's about damn time. The wind I've waited for is finally here! Divine punishment, then. How convenient and appropriate to save me the trouble.
So these bags were the decoys meant to divert our attention while the real ones were planted somewhere else, just waiting to be detonated.
Little girl, you're the owner of the Green Octopus Leg Inn, right?
That's right, I am.
How many people do you think your inn can handle?
Scarface, what's happened? Who did this?
You're scrambling about, looking for G, right?
What in the world is going on here? Is this...
I suggest you stop running around and try using your head. Think, who was G's original target 3 years ago?
You don't mean...
Yes, that's exactly what I mean.
King Ibu Sutra.
After all, this is a war that G started himself. And in any war, the best way to win is to take out the enemy's leader.
Started this war himself? He's going after Karuda's king?
Hawkeye Iba Sutra is in the Chamber of Hades, located beneath the Colosseum. Try using your head as much as your muscles go. I'm counting on you. Now don't let me down.
There you are, Scarface. Let's go. G must be headed for the Chamber of Hades. We must go and protect the king. Well, what's the matter?
Now's not the time for us to intervene.
What?
A fierce and determined young man just ran off in that direction. I suggest we let him handle the situation by himself.
You bastard, is this another one of your schemes?
Now, Diaz, there's no need for name-calling now, is there?
Scarface, did you send God there alone?
And what if I did? So what?
Do you really intend for him to fight G? Don't you realize that boy is still emotionally unstable?
Just where do you think you're going, Diaz?
You know where. I'm going to bring God back.
Well, don't. This is all part of his training.
Out of the question. I won't let him do anything this reckless.
I know how you'd like to bring him back, but I won't back down, not even for a friend.
Just what do you have in mind?
I say we settle this like we did in the old days.
Glorious. Look how it burns. Farewell, Karuda. Enjoy the smell of your own charred flesh as you roast on a spit like the pigs that you are.
On the heels of the madness that's coming for you, there rages a seething river of blood.
Are you coming for me, G? Are you coming to settle this once and for all?
I have no wish to fight you, Scarface. And even if I did, this isn't the time.
Then stand down and rest that broken body of yours.
As touched as I am by your concern, I'm afraid I can't do that. Tell me why it is you insist on dragging this boy through the madness of battle, Scarface.
That's not what I'm doing at all. I'm helping him, Diaz. Helping him think for himself. Helping him figure out the meaning of battle. Helping him by leading him to the conclusions he must make on his own.
But the boy is fragile. One wrong step and he could end up like Cain. What if he too can't find the path back from the madness of battle and ends up as lost and deranged as G?
If he can control himself and wrestle the demons of madness, then he's reached the end of the line, Diaz. If he doesn't have what it takes to be a Saval, so be it. But this is one of the tests he must take to figure that out for himself.
I cannot accept that. You know that Gaw and G are on a quest for strength, and that the parallels between them could threaten the youngster's delicate mindset. Call it a test or whatever you want, but letting them meet in battle's too dangerous. It's senseless.
Diaz, wait! You shouldn't worry about Gaw. He'll beat G, I'm sure of it. There's nothing to worry about.
Hey! Have you two lost sight of the most important thing? Huh? Our top priority right now is to help put this fire out.
And yet we cannot afford to let G elude us. Ellie, would you get to the Chamber of Hades?
Sure, I would, but...
Well, Scarface.
Fine, go ahead.
Don't let me down, Ellie.
Don't worry about me, Diaz. Try not to push yourself too hard. Later!
Listen, Scarface. If you don't get a handle on your emotions, then I won't be able to help you.
I think I'll head for the Chamber of Hades. It's bound to be better than listening to you both argue.
These supernatural entities sure can be fickle sometimes.
They certainly can.
My time is running out.
What the hell? G-Cane Phalanx, so you finally come.
Let's go, people! Single file!
Come on, everybody, hurry!
incited a war, and for what, Pain? The chance to fight me? You truly are a demon.
Demon? That isn't the truth, is it, Hawkeye? I'm more of a beast that feeds on human flesh. Yet my quest for strength has been genuine, and many have sacrificed their lives to it. But I too have sacrificed something deep within me, my heart.
Has becoming a bloodthirsty beast been worth the destruction of your heart?
Such venomous words are wasted on me. My interest lies only in physical combat.
Yes.
There you are, Cain. It appears as if this boy is about to fix that pretentious attitude of yours, once and for all. What? You seem to be under the misguided impression that to prove your strength you must capture the head of a king. But what you fail to realize, due to your inflated ego, Cain, is that even a nameless Gerudan Val such as this boy here is more than a match for you. Feel free to come for my head anytime. I will act as witness to your battle, Gorban.
Thank you, Your Highness.
Those eyes. Very well, young man. Black Howling, was it? I shall fight with the power of this crest of the Saval.
And I shall fight with the valor of my companions.
Karuna Annihilation Technique, Shadow Skill, Gobban!
Garuda Annihilation Technique, Light Skills, the 58th Saval G. Kane Phalanx!
So fast.
I, Farink Maya, the Energist, ask the talisman. Answer me! Reveal thyself!
I am Holy Water! My purity shall extinguish the foul flames of revolution!
Hang in there, you hear me, Kyo? My God, you put on so much weight.
Here he comes. With the right.
An inexperienced fall like him could never anticipate my moves.
I'll follow now with another blow. There's no use. I can't beat him. He is the power of a Saval.
Just 3 blows, huh? I assumed you'd last longer than that.
3 blows. Damn it. Only 3 blows, but I can't even move. I'm helpless. Memories of my childhood flooding back to me. Mom? Mom? Dad? It's me. Why? Why did you have to go and leave me? If I become stronger than G, then will I be able to see you again? I have to get up. I must keep fighting.
Don't push yourself. After all, I've only struck you 3 times. Rise and you'll end up tasting more of the tortures that hell has to offer.
Dad, Mom, I want to become strong. It was because I was weak that I couldn't protect you. If only I'd been stronger. I must become stronger. I must.
Stay down, boy. This match is over. Trust me, I regret that I couldn't hurt you more.
Nothing's over! No!
was your counterattack? How weak. I can tell just by looking at you. You've probably fought nothing but worthless battle scum up till now.
What'd you say?
Strength and weakness are both contagious, but weakness is fatal.
It's true you may be strong, but it's not the sort of strength I'd ever want.
You still refuse to admit defeat.
You're wrong, G. I'd rather lose any day than be consumed by madness like you.
So I've been consumed by madness, have I? I suppose by that you're implying that true strength is of a mental or spiritual nature? You know nothing about strength! Standing before you as a warrior who believed in his strength so completely he had the courage to follow it wherever it took him. You may call what lies beyond strength madness, but as long as fear keeps you from traveling the path I've taken, you'll forever be a wolf without fangs.
The path you took is wrong. I will never follow you, G!
How could you be so ignorant? Just like all the others, stumbling around blindly. No one's ever tried to understand what I've been through. But how could I expect you to? You're only monkeys. You could never fathom human emotion.
Don't call me a f***ing monkey!
There.
I'm not done with you yet. You hear me, Zaval?
The eyes of a beast.
What's so funny?
How your eyes look like mine. Like an animal's. You have eyes that rage with battle madness.
You're wrong.
You want to be strong after all. You covet my strength, don't you?
Your strength's evil, and I would never want any part of it.
But your eyes betray your hunger for power. Unleash the beast within upon this worthless world.
It's not power, but madness of which you speak, G.
Don't you get it? Madness is the ultimate power.
What's your name, kid? Gaban. Hey, where are you going? I'm going to a city called Karuda. Really? A city? Is it big? It's pretty big. And, so what do they have there, huh? Dreams, I guess. Really? And I bet if you try hard enough, you might even find some good dreams there.
Even if the city should burn to the ground and our bodies burn to ashes, there's always something left behind. You know what that is, God? It's spirit. It's pride. These things are the essence of Karuda, and as long as they remain, the city can never fall. Damn it!
The citizens have all been evacuated, so let's get to work.
At least try and sound like you care. We're about to tear down an entire city.
You know your semantics will not put the fire out.
Kai, sometimes you really piss me off.
Okay, Diaz, would you do something?
Yes, Diaz, by all means, help Kai.
Shut up, Scarface.
I envy the youth that propels you through life and the time you have left.
The youth? The time?
A final blow. A seventh strike to send you not into madness, but straight on through into the afterlife. Are you ready?
The final blow?
The seventh strike?
I gotta hand it to you, boy. You've put up an admirable fight thus far, but the victory is mine.
We'll see about that, G.
My final blow will crush your body once and for all.
Final blow? One last attack?
It's over. It's all over.
So you want to be strong, huh?
Ellie,
Because I'll have you know that if you do, you'd better be prepared.
Prepared?
That's right. You would better always be prepared to follow your own path, no matter where it leads.
Quit sleeping, you hear me, Gaw? Wake up! I said wake up! Right now, Kyo's fighting her own dangerous battles, so get it together, Gaw!
What? I struck you with 7 of my blows, and yet still you tried to rise to your feet?
Think back, Gaw. Why did you defeat Loeb? What was the point in taking on 1,000 Sulfin soldiers with your bare hands and crushing them, huh? Remember when we first met? You were just a kid who said he wanted to be strong. Was that kid lying, Gaw? He wasn't, was he?
His name is G, the 7th letter of the ancient Latin alphabet.
The 7th blow. He said that the 7th blow was his final one.
I envy the youth that propels you through life and the time you have left.
With all that power at your disposal, why limit yourself to only 7 strikes? I know that 7's your lucky number, but that doesn't explain why you decided the 7th blow is your final one even beforehand, huh, G?
Unless that happened to be all the power you had, huh? Each blow may have been stronger than the previous one, but you yourself are getting weaker. Sound familiar?
That's ridiculous. I can finish you off with a final strike now. The 58th Saval's strength is legendary.
Well then, let's see if I can handle it.
Now, Diaz!
How's Kyo doing?
I've done everything I can for her.
I am invincible! Now die! My shadow skill's perfectly honed! My howling is... completely undefeatable!
But these are all talismans.
Evil talismans used to manipulate the dead.
The dead?
3 years ago, I came to challenge the king using these talismans. Through the use of evil talismans, it's possible to cling to life even when it's gone, but only for a very limited time. And by that point, I had already been dead. For you see, it wasn't Hawkeye, King Ibasutra, who had taken my life. It was, in fact, my old friend, Scarface. The talismans bought me an additional 3 years of life, which to a dead man seemed like forever. It was more than enough time for me to intensify my training, become stronger than ever, and return to kill Hawkeye, Ibasutra. And then I'd kill Scarface next. I thought I was doing quite well, too.
But why would a warrior ever resort to the use of evil talismans?
In the years since my death, I've embraced the life of a warrior more than I ever did while alive. In my heart, I was a wild beast bearing its fangs.
Your fangs?
You know, it's been quite a long time since I felt this invigorated. And though ultimately I failed to accomplish my goals, I want you to know, Black Howling, that I'm proud to have met you in battle. You should know that it's enough for a beast to simply bare its fangs without ever having to know why it does so. You and I both, in our heart of hearts, are wild animals with fangs bared for the fight. For you to have defeated a Saval in battle at such a young age, you should be proud of yourself. But if you're to learn anything from our meeting, let it be what I never did, to follow the path that leads to righteousness. To become a warrior who bears his fangs for the virtue rather than evil in his heart, you should walk that path, Gob, my friend.
Kyo, where? Sometime later, I heard that while standing there that day, with talisman floating all around him, those white bits of paper holding their mysterious dark powers, that Gaul was suddenly overcome with emotion, struck by how beautiful it all seemed to him. October 18th, final entry. As I stood at the window for the first time since coming out of my coma, I realized that I'd been a burden to everyone around me, unable to do anything for them when they needed me. They all insist that's not true, so I'm going to stop worrying about it and just live my life. I don't want to dwell on the past. I want to live for the future, with my...
Hey, somebody give me a hand over here.
Keep your tunic on. It's not like the rebel's going anywhere.
Has anyone seen my ass?
I have.
I think he meant his donkey.
Kishliana's divine knights.
And to make matters worse, whoever did it used Karuda annihilation techniques.
How could that be? This is really bad.
Unfortunately, there's already enough Karudan guilt towards Kishliana over past events.
The incident, you mean? Eli Ragu's infamous defeat of Kishliana's Zal Zachary.
Until now, we've kept details of the incident a secret, so that even in Kishliana, few know the actual truth. However, should there be a renewed investigation into this matter, I'm afraid that the truth concerning Eli Ragu could come to light, which would prove most distressing. So much so, that it could even affect the entire nation of Ashliana.
Does this latest incident involve Eli?
No, sir. Our sources indicate that it does not.
Could someone be trying to set Karuda up in the hopes of exposing our past?
I don't know, but that does sound like a possibility.
That's weird. Huh? What do you mean there was a letter in the mail for Ellie? That is weird. Who's it from, anyway? Ellie, what's wrong?
The day after next, from Sayo. I always knew this day would come.
You and I have some unfinished business between us. Meet me at dawn at the dumping grounds outside of town. I will allow you to select the witness of your choice. I've complete faith in the fact that you will come as summoned. Until then, Sayo.
Hey, take your hands off me. What do you think you're doing? Nothing. That's the third time this week you've tried that. What are you talking about? Holy crap.
Huh?
Sorry. Here.
We don't need your kind, buddy.
Huh?
Hey, Ellie.
Shut up, Gaw. You'll break my concentration.
You've been acting all weird since yesterday.
I haven't been acting weird. I've just been training as usual.
You call that training? I don't know, Ellie. It looks a little bit to me like you're rehearsing for some sort of death match or something.
Yeah, well, maybe I am. You see, a long time ago, Sayo lost his master battling one of the four divas, one who had a unique style.
What do you mean unique?
I used Karuda annihilation technique to kill his master.
You did what?
To break the four divas' law of destruction is a most grievous crime indeed. The penalty of death alone shall not be sufficient to atone for it. This is for you, Master.
Your skills are indeed impressive. My Kishliana Divine Knight technique was no match for you. Take my life, Eli Ragu. I have lost and deserve no mercy.
No, Master!
What the hell are you talking about? Our battle hasn't even ended. Look down and you'll see that your fang remains unbroken. A warrior's battle is never over while his fangs still remain intact. Or am I wrong, Zal Zachary?
She's right. I still have my warrior's fang. Behold, the Divine Knight! Blade of the Fourth Dance! Taste my pure swing! Master, you alright?
And that's why Sayo's out for revenge?
Yes, but it seems as if he's hesitating. Perhaps he fears breaking the four divas' law of destruction. Why else would he have sent his challenge letter a full 2 days before he intended to exact his revenge?
Don't tell me you're actually planning on accepting his challenge.
The very moment I defeated his master, I committed a sin that is unforgivable for us all. It makes no difference whether I do it again or not.
It is a warrior's supreme obligation to avenge his fallen master. And if he must break an unbreakable law to do it, then so be it. And nothing shall stand in my way.
We may come from different nations and use different martial arts techniques, but we were both born to fight. It was the same way when I faced his master Zal Zachary. I can't back down from this challenge any more than that one, because before I ever studied the Karuda annihilation techniques, I was a fighter. I'm a warrior, and like all warriors, I can't be bound by the laws of nations or civilizations or any authority for that matter. If I don't settle this here and now, I'll end up like you, consumed by trivial matters until I'm rotting in the ground. There's no way in hell I'm gonna allow the Four Divas' law of destruction to dull the fangs of this warrior. My fangs were intended for use in battle, and I won't hold back at all. It's not about pride this time. All that matters is the outcome. Winning or losing is all there is. Just the outcome. Pride may be important, but the outcome, that's the only thing that truly matters. That's why we fight.
But if all you care about is the outcome, doesn't that make you feel empty inside?
I'd rather you just shut up than say stupid crap like that.
You seem to have arrived at an impasse. Unable to determine what it is that you must do, Garban.
What? But darkness,
Though nothing outweighs the Four Divas' law of destruction, remember that it is a law created by and for humans. As a non-human, it is not my place to interfere in this matter whatsoever.
But what do you think I should do? But these are evil talismans.
Take them with you, Ka. Take them with you so you may act as witness. I'm sure you'll learn something.
Darkness, wait!
I too have but one eye, just as you did yourself. And I shall soon depart to pursue vengeance in your stead. Forgive me! No matter what transpires this day, I must succeed. My blade exists for one purpose only, and that is to avenge your death. The fang I inherited from you shall taste the blood of our enemy.
Out of the way.
I'm glad you honored my request to meet me. I thank you.
You sure there's no other way?
About a week ago, I learned a number of highly skilled swordsmen were found murdered in Kishliana. Karuda annihilation techniques were allegedly used.
What'd you say?
I don't know if it was your doing or not. And quite frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. However, one fact remains. I could be next in line. Whoever it is that's violating the Four Divas' law of destruction seems to be trying to incite the war to end all wars in Ashliana. Such a war would interfere with the unfinished business between us, which is why I have no other recourse but to settle this matter now. We may never get another opportunity at this. It is to be decided now, my life or yours, Eli Ragu. Now fight!
I understand. I accept your challenge, and on my word as a warrior, I won't hold back.
Wait!
What now?
If there's absolutely no other way to resolve this matter, then I'll serve as witness to this battle. But I want you both to remember one thing.
What would that be?
Since there are no acceptable circumstances for the law of the Four Divas to be broken, there is no way for a Karudan warrior such as myself to serve witness to what's about to happen with a clean conscience. Unless we begin by establishing the fact that the battle taking place here today is not between a Safal and a Divine Knight, but between Eli Ragu and Sai-O. And I want you to both acknowledge that what I've said is the truth.
What are you babbling about? Sure, I acknowledge it.
Me too. And now, Eli Ragu, behold my Divine Knight technique. I, Sai-O, cloaked in the symbol of murder, will now take my revenge!
Ah! He's fast.
Ellie!
His blade, it moves so quickly. Sai-O.
Master!
left eye.
My eye is none of your concern. Fight!
It might not mean much to you, but it makes a difference to me. You did that to yourself, didn't you? Trying to imitate your master?
Why would he?
I see.
What the?
Well, this should even things up. Ellie! Now there'll be no holding back. Come on!
Etch the symbol for murder in your heart, and then it shall become your fang!
Karuda Annihilation Tata!
Behold the divine knight! Blade of Fang!
Ellie, no! These wounds run deeper than bone. My internal organs feel like they've ruptured.
It will all be over with this next blow.
Don't think I'm gonna back down, not even an inch! You better take your best shot and pray it's a good one, you hear me?
So be it. Kislayana Divine Knight Technique! Blade of Rebirth!
Watch out! Stay back, Gaw. I don't have the speed or power of the Divine Knight Technique. The only thing I do have is a refusal to lose. I'm not about to be the one warrior to spoil Karuda's 2,000 years of invincibility. Hey, Gaw, what's this?
But how?
Karuda Annihilation Technique, Shadow Skill!
Kislayana Divine Knight Technique!
Sayo! Sayo!
Don't feel bad. This is probably the work of whoever attacked Kislayana. But our duel has not been completed. Let's settle this, Eliraku, once and for all. Now attack me if you have the nerve. The fang you look upon is a symbol of my master before me, and while it remains unbroken, our battle continues. What are you waiting for? Hurry up and attack! Finish it!
Ellie, no, don't! You don't have to! I am invincible. My shadow scale is perfectly honed. The power of my blow has no equal. Karuda Annihilation Technique! Light Steel Blade!
Ah! Well done.
Sayo!
She used Blade. Blade is the light skill. In order to defeat him faster, she abandoned her cherished shadow skills and used light skills instead. That shows how committed she was to this battle.
Damn it. What the hell good is winning if it doesn't bring any satisfaction? Look at what I've done. I've killed Sayo and Zal Zachary both. Why? Hey, Ellie. His spirit will get no rest on this battlefield. I'll bury him elsewhere.
There's no shame in crying, Ellie, even for your fiercest foe. So long as the tears flow from the heart, let them come.
Garban. Have you understood the talisman's meaning? Scarface asked that I give them to you to remind you of your recent battle with G. Before the madness took him, G and Scarface were best of friends. When G slipped into that dark, lonely realm, Scarface was more concerned than anyone for his well-being, even though they had become bitter enemies. The point is, Scarface never stopped caring for G, and now that you've rescued him from the realm of madness, he asked me to relay this to you on his behalf. That he thanked you, Gaw.
Thanked me? But how could he thank me when I'm the one who killed his friend?
Just as Shadowskill had to fight and defeat Sayo, so too are your battles inevitable, and there is no need for you to regret them. Heed my words, your battle with G, Gaban, was inevitable, as was the outcome.
Inevitable?
Correct. Those given thanks must eventually fight, and there will be those who are wounded and those that die. Such is the natural order of things for those that take their place on the Earth's battlefields. Your battle with G ended the way it was meant to. The talismans you now hold in your hand serve as evidence of your duel's inevitability.
Going out for a walk, Diaz? Wonder what's worth seeing in this dump.
I'm not here on some sightseeing trip, Scarface. I just got sick of sitting still all day. So tell me, what exactly is it that brings you to these parts?
Art, I understand. And to whom am I to impart this lesson?
Come now, Darkness, enough of these games. You know exactly who I'm talking about. You have been reading my mind this whole time, after all.
Second row! Assume your positions! Fire!
Well, have you located Salin's whereabouts yet?
No, sir. We've searched everywhere, but we haven't turned up any information. It's as if he's fallen off the map, sir.
Please, Salin, wait! Surely you don't want to be court-martialed for desertion in the face of the enemy?
Weren't you paying attention? We just lost an entire armored unit to a single baby-faced ball. As commander, the burden of responsibility falls squarely on my shoulders. I must make amends for my failure in battle.
What in the world could Salin be thinking?
Shall we continue our search, sir?
Of course we shall. The time to launch our full-fledged offensive against Karuda is nearing. Salin's tactical prowess is irreplaceable. He must be found.
Next.
So, then what did you see while I was away on my little trip?
I saw everything. The actions you took were rather swift.
The Katoa and Felsia fell easy enough, if I do say so myself.
And even Kishliana's divine knights are in a state of disarray. Very nice work.
Well then, what's next on the agenda, huh, boss?
Linfuma, leave the holy city to us. You deal with Karuda.
Destroy it, you mean?
Patience, my friend. Let the starving wolves of Solvan attack first. Bide your time until the feeding frenzy has begun.
All this waiting.
You had better heed my words very carefully, Linfuma.
I attacked you with my mid-air roundabout, and you finally countered it, Gaw. You've made progress. Now's as good a time as any, I guess. It's time that I taught you something special, little brother. The Shadow Gate Genesis technique. I am invincible! My shadow skills perfectly honed! The power of my blow has no equal! That was the result of shockwaves created by Shadowgate's intense kick. The waves bypass the immediate target and destroy anything standing behind it. You won't find it recorded anywhere. It's a secret Shadowgate assassination technique handed down from one generation to the next. Those that know call it canon. The most mysterious of all techniques in the Shadowgate's 2,000-year history. So, do you think you can master it, Gaul? Due to circumstances beyond my control, I've broken the Four Divas' law of destruction twice now. There'll be consequences. At best, they'll bind my wrists by way of punishment. At worst, I'll be put to death. Garuda itself faces extinction either way. We haven't much time left. You have to hurry, Gaul, you hear?
Sure is some nice weather we're having. How's it going?
Not bad.
So are you in mourning for Kane?
I'd like to believe that there was a reason for his fight, that it wasn't all for nothing.
Well, isn't that just like you?
What are you up to, Scarface? Seems you've summoned darkness again. I wonder what plot you're cooking up now. Not that I would ever expect you to come clean. But let me tell you this. The virtue of strength is one of inner pursuit, and is cultivated by whomever seeks it. It would be foolish for one person to force it upon or demand it of others.
Just what are you implying?
Gaul is like my family, so I'll ask you to please find some other garden to cultivate.
For us to show our Karuda annihilation technique, Ying style, supreme among all fighting forms, we must first destroy all that exists. Countries, organizations, laws, and traditions. To simply defeat the spineless filth which infests these institutions would do nothing to prove our supremacy. We must return humanity to its primal, beastly nature. They have become fat and content, like grubs feeding on the bloated cadaver of civilization. We've chipped away at the walls they've built around themselves in order to find the fanged beast within and earn the title of masters through their defeat. King of Fang, Ligador annihilation techniques, Kijliana divine night techniques, and Felsia demon summoning talismans. When it is discovered these warriors were systematically eradicated by one versed in Karuda annihilation techniques, the blame will fall squarely on Karuda and bring the annihilation of the Holy Nation. Then I shall wage my war with the beautiful beasts left standing in her rubble. But first, we must strike. We must hammer at their shackles with the fist of God. The fist of God.
It's Diaz. Tomorrow morning, I'll be waiting for you in the forest outside of town. Please meet me there.
Have you seen Gaw? I think he said something about meeting Diaz in the forest outside town.
Meeting Diaz? I guess Diaz hasn't made it yet. I know you. You're darkness, aren't you?
Galban.
What's going on? Why are you out here?
Diaz Ragu won't be meeting you. The truth is that it was I who summoned you here.
What? That can't be true. I distinctly remember promising Diaz that I would meet him out here on the outside. Hold on. When exactly did I make that promise? Last night. When I woke up, I was certain. But I can't actually remember ever making such a promise.
Black howling. Call forth all the emotions that lie deep within your heart. Release the rage and primal fear.
Why are you talking like that? Stop it! Leave me alone!
Do as I ask, or you shall find yourself back in the nothingness from whence you came. Heed my words. If Black Howling will not summon his beastly self, then the void shall happen.
I have no idea what you're talking about!
You'll notice your neck muscles failing to respond, and that your artery's been severed. Over the next few minutes, you will lose a great deal of blood. And as the emptiness within you grows, so too will the infinite void now rushing forth to claim your very being. In order for you to defeat me and live, you must find the means to summon assistance. Come, Gaw, attack me. Or would you rather face your death here and now?
Yo, hello.
Hold on. I thought you were meeting Gaw in the forest.
What do you mean?
Why? Why are you doing this to me?
Simple, really. I was asked to, by a friend.
Well, who the hell did that?
Why waste your few remaining seconds with questions?
I guess I'll have to attack you with the strongest move I've got. I am invincible!
Martial arts language. Then you understand the gravity of your situation after all, Galban.
My shadow skill's perfectly honed!
I see. Is this the Black Howling I've heard about?
The power of my blow has no
equal! Tell me, Galban, do you really dare assume that all it takes to win is for one to fight courageously? That having faith in your friends and loved ones somehow grants you mystical strength? Do you perchance believe that love itself makes you invincible, able to rise time and again from the brink of death? How well do you know fear? Have you ever felt a fear of death so intense that it rips your soul to shreds?
Fear? Death? Am I really about to die?
Teach you the fear of death. This is what I was asked to do. Now, Black Howling, you shall be returned to nothingness, back to the void, forever.
Come on, Gaw. What's taking you so long? Get back here already.
It would have surprised no one if you had died at that village, engulfed in the death that raged all around you. And yet somehow you managed to survive to this very day. It's how you lived your entire life without ever knowing the deep-seated fear of death that's the mystery.
Have I really never felt the fear? The fear of death? Not even back then? But how can that be possible?
In fact, it was your lack of fear that helped you survive that fateful day. The other villagers were all stricken by the fear, frozen by it like prey paralyzed upon sight of its predator. But your heart was filled with something else. There was no room for fear with all the hatred raging inside it. Revenge was what led you through the massacre and gave you a reason to live. As a boy, you had an endless reserve of strength to draw upon. However, as a man, you have used it all up.
I don't understand.
Can you try to recall, however faintly, once more before you depart for the underworld forever? Can you remember that youthful heart that once beat in your chest?
Someone set Gaw up,
Set him up?
and I'll bet it was darkness.
Wait, Diaz! What are you talking about?
Go get Ellie.
I don't understand!
Hurry, Gaw's life is in danger.
Back then, I had to fight to survive. I had to steal to survive. I even killed to survive. I remember.
How nice. Just in time for your departure from the earthly realm, your true nature has revisited you. Well done, Gaba. It seems that you remembered the beastly heart that once beat inside you after all. The fog of the past has cleared, revealing your true animal nature. The wild, fanged beast that may have started off fighting in order to live, but that ended up living in order to fight. You'd almost forgotten it, hadn't you? The smell of blood, the thrill of fighting for survival. You even began doubting your skills. Who ever heard of an animal which doubted its skills? My friend was right to worry about you, and to ask me to show you such fear as you've never known, in order to reawaken the beast within you. The voice in his heart said, should the boy be unable to overcome his fear of death, and should he allow the void to overtake him, then nothing can be done, for he was empty inside, and deserved to fade into nothingness.
Am I going to die?
Very soon your veins will completely empty of blood. This blood which should have been flowing through the veins of a beast. Your blood.
That's it. Cannon. Maybe with the Shadow Cake Genesis technique, I'll be able to...
Perhaps it will work. Attack me with this cannon technique and we shall find out.
He's reading my mind. He knows what I'm about to do before I do it. Damn it, dog, get it together. What are you so afraid of? You knew from the start you couldn't defeat him, so what if he can read your mind? There's no point in letting that get to you. Conquer your fear. Crush it. I'll destroy anyone who dares challenge me! That's it. This is the feeling. This is the feeling I felt back when I had to make it through life on my own. This is how I used to feel.
Try to remain still, and stay awake. I'll take care of the rest.
You don't intend to fight me, do you, Diaz?
And so what if I am?
You do know that whosoever interferes with me shall be returned to nothingness.
To frighten me, you'll have to use a different threat. A sick man such as myself has been close to returning to nothingness for quite a while now.
Though I have assumed the form you see before you, I am not human. Your life and death are a mystery to me. I exist, but am different from mortal creatures. And yet, knowing all this, you would still fight me.
It seems we're not so different. In battle, I cease to be human as well. I change, and the blood of a beast begins to fill this slowly decaying body. You may be the fear of death which permeates the darkness, but I am the unbridled chaos of war. So why don't we plummet into the depths of destruction together?
I see. Very well, then. Attack me with all your might.
Wait for me, Ellie. I'm coming too.
If what Diaz told you is true, then our enemy is darkness. He's not just some ordinary martial artist. You'd only be getting in the way, so stay here.
But Ellie!
Please listen to me carefully, Kyo. Do you want God to survive this ordeal? If you do, you'll stay put. I swear I'll do everything to save him.
Steel Wind Blade!
How foolish! You take no evasive action, even without a weapon.
But I do have one!
You've dissipated the energy of my sword. Very impressive. So I see. Then you came here intending to fight from the beginning.
What'd you expect? Did you think I'd let you take my little brother without a fight? Because if that's what you thought, then it's time you got serious. You hear me, Darkness?
And yet I see it. I can see the doubt in your heart quite clearly. Despite the conviction of your words, you wonder if you can finish me off before the boy dies. You're unsure as to whether your own body can hold out until the end of our battle.
Don't worry about me, Darkness. I still have some fight left in me.
He's disappeared. Movement so fast that even my black eye couldn't catch it. This is one of the Karuda Annihilation's Genesis techniques. Kamui. With it, a warrior can eradicate all traces of visibility, sound, and touch, becoming completely imperceptible to his enemy. It's a divine skill, far surpassing those of Black Howlings. But he knows that in a drawn-out battle, he has no chance of beating me. So will he risk everything on a single strike?
To a move he's never seen before. Well done. That was quite an impressive move. You've managed to deflect us Saval's martial arts language.
You know you should really be paying more attention to yourself. Kamui's strain on the body is greater than that of a dozen other techniques. I'm quite certain you've ruptured blood vessels and torn most of the muscles in both of your legs. How is it you managed to keep standing?
Who knows? Why don't you tell me?
I must help. I have to help Diaz.
Diaz!
So it is Darkness.
Ellie, no! Just stay back! Ellie, are you all right?
Naka!
Naka!
Come on, don't die on me, you bastard!
Hold on. I want you to stay out of this, Ellie. This is my fight, you hear me?
What the hell are you talking about? You're not in any condition to fight him!
What part of stay out of this didn't you understand?
Don't do this, Diaz.
You know I have to, Ellie.
Darkness and Diaz have disappeared. Know anything about that?
Nope.
And Shadow Skill and Black Howling have gone missing as well.
Well, perhaps they've all gone out for a walk together.
Stop with the games. And tell me what the hell you're planning, Scarface.
You already know my plan.
Yeah, and that's exactly why I'm here, so...
This is the path to becoming a Saval. He either overcomes this or he dies trying.
But why drag Diaz into this as well?
I didn't drag Diaz into this. Getting involved was his choice, and he knew the consequences. Besides, he doesn't have much longer, and as a friend, I can't stomach the idea of the fabled Black Wing meeting his end in bed like some sick case. And I'm sure that if there's anyone who hates the idea more, it's he himself. You understand that, don't you?
Fine, Scarface. However, we have another situation with a certain Saval breaking the Four Divas' law of destruction.
What do you mean?
What I'm about to tell you is confidential and fortunately hasn't leaked out, but reports indicate that Shadow Skill has defeated Sayo of Kishliana.
Did she finish him off?
We haven't verified that it was her doing, but either way, it hardly matters. The fact is, 2 of the 4 divas crossed swords in battle, violating the Holy Nation's ultimate commandment.
So, what happens now?
We must decide on a punishment and notify all the countries in the Alliance. With the Zalzakri incident, we managed to suppress information, but this time we won't be so lucky. After all, the riot during the ceremony of the 4 divas is still fresh in people's minds. Even worse is the fact that they still haven't identified the assassin who used Karuda annihilation techniques on the soldiers from the 3 other nations. Add this incident, and it could seem as if Karuda is willfully disrupting order in Ashliana, which would make it subject to annihilation, in which case the people behind the annihilation of the Holy Nation would succeed.
Where are you off to?
To clean up the mess you made, just like always.
Sorry about that.
I'll bet you are.
like that, it doesn't stand a chance.
Darkness, that's enough!
What's the matter? Couldn't tell my shield was coming? Well, then tell me what you think of this.
Diaz is using his sheer willpower to mask his intentions perfectly.
Ellie, always remember, fighting techniques are useful for more than just defeating your opponent. Some techniques exist which can help you turn the tide of battle in your favor. This is one such move. Pay close attention. Total spiritual defense. Shadow Gate Mind Technique. Armor!
Armor? I've never heard of that technique before.
When I use this, it will render your black eye completely useless. Though unfortunately, I can barely stand. No matter. Come now, Darkness. Give me everything you've got. I'm ready with my fiercest moves. Show me, Darkness. Show me what a non-human can do.
His fiercest moves?
The darkness. I feel it near.
This is what I've been waiting for. I am invincible!
Don't do it, Diaz!
I live, and I breathe. By force of will alone do I remain standing. Look at me go. I am still alive. As long as you have the strength to stand, you have the strength to fight. And for a Karudan soldier who can still fight, there will never be such a thing as defeat. I am invincible. My shadow skills perfectly honed.
Your flesh torn, your bones all crushed. I'm afraid you'll never spread those wings and fly again, warrior. Give up, Black Wing. You've lost both of your hands. Your eyes no longer see. Your body and mind are deteriorating. The Black Wing has been grounded forever. What more do you intend to give drawing out this battle longer?
My soul. I offer you my soul. A soul stained red, with the blood and pride of the warriors who died fighting me. That's what I have.
Your soul.
Diaz! Diaz!
Stay back, Ellie. I told you before, this is my fight.
Get up. I have to get up and help.
Let my soul give me the wings with which to fight, power with which to soar. One last time before I go. Let the Black Wing fly once more!
I have accepted your proud warrior soul. Fare thee well, my friend. You have been redeemed. Supersonic motion. I can't follow it. Shield. A rapid-fire assault consisting of multiple blows. But this has to be a ruse. His next move will no doubt be the genuine shadow skill, representing his pride as a Vol.
Rapier!
It's not fast enough!
His Black Wing, beneath rapier technique.
You stopped my sword with both your hands to divert me from the Black Wing you'd already thrown, then descended upon that wing to strike me. Death shall never come to an immortal such as myself, but consider this victory yours, Black Wing.
Diaz!
You have succeeded in surpassing a non-human such as myself. Even in death, you remain standing, riveted by the true warrior spirit, like none other I've ever known. A spirit I shall never forget.
Could that wave be?
It is the Karuda annihilation technique, Shadowgate Genesis form, known as Canon.
God just fired Ken. Shadowgate Genesis style. My dear brother, I know how much you've suffered. But everything's all right, Diaz. Now you can finally...
You say you're headed for Julianess.
Yes. It seems that the massive depletion of Soma has knocked the holy city off balance, Your Highness.
Have we no other recourse besides placing our hopes in Lunala Sombra?
I'm afraid not. The intense energy contained within Lunala Sombra is equivalent to that of the Soma. His return may be the only thing which can restore the natural order disrupted by the rapidly diminishing Soma.
I should mention that Genevia, the Lazarem leader, has contacted me. She says they haven't been able to find Lunala's voice.
Then time is of the essence. Therefore, we must act immediately.
I, Clack, hereby assume command of the position vacated by the Honorable Selin. I vow to lead our military actions, avenge our disgrace at the siege of Glorahan, and restore our Sultan pride. I ask each and every one of you to keep our ultimate goal in your sight. The annihilation of the Holy Nation begins now!
Tell me, Lady Genevia, where is the Lunalis Umbra located?
I'm afraid we don't know. The Lunalis Umbra.
Your Excellency, pardon the intrusion, but an emergency conference of Julianess Elder Statesmen has been called for by Princess Lilbelt. According to initial reports, Ligitoa, Felsia, and Kisliana have issued a joint emergency action against Garuda.
What's that? I miss you, Diaz.
Well then, boss, I guess I'm off.
Then,
Yes.
Garuda is the last sword left in the Holy Nation's armament. You must make sure that you defeat every last of all and destroy Garuda completely.
Diaz.
What's this? Kalalaluka Likatoa is headed for Garuda!
Look closely and you'll see. It's not just her. Is that Giontes of Felsia?
How dare they cross the borders without permission?
This behavior from the four divas is unacceptable. It's tantamount to an act of war.
It's only natural that the three nations won't be satisfied until they've cleared up their suspicions about Karuda.
Well, more to the point, should we consider withdrawing from here entirely?
If we do abandon the palace, it would be like abandoning Ashliana itself.
Hear, hear! We must stay where we are and share in the fate of our glorious land.
Silence! Though we face a crisis greater than any we've ever known, we must settle the dispute between nations first and foremost.
What actions does Her Highness suggest?
I suggest that we entrust Karuda with a sword, symbol of the holy city of Ashliana. Once we intervene to bestow the ultimate symbol of Ashliana's honor upon Karuda, we will ensure that all the other nations will be unable to besmirch her name, no matter what reasons they may have to do so.
But with all due respect, would such an act not serve to infuriate the remaining nations even more?
But still, it must be done. I believe it in my heart to be the only viable solution to our predicament.
And to whom would we present this ultimate symbol?
There is but one individual worthy of the honor.
How well do you know fear? Have you ever felt a fear of death so intense that it rips your soul to shreds?
God! Come on, get up! Your wounds are all healed! Don't be a baby. Try again. Let's go. Go? Why'd you...
That's enough. I've had enough, Ellie.
What the hell are you talking about?
The fact that it's all pointless. That's what I'm talking about. I just don't care anymore. About anything. Not about training, not about anything.
Come on.
My fight with darkness made me realize that all I could do was tremble with fear in the face of death. Don't you get it? Diaz is dead because of me! I may have defeated G and wiped out 1,000-minute Blorahan, but my mistake was to let it go to my head. And now because of my stupidity, I've lost not only my pride as a Saval, but also a person I deeply care about.
God, I know Diaz is no longer with us, but I never felt this alone before in my entire life. Now I understand how you must have felt when you lost your entire family at such a young age. To be by yourself in the world. But God, we're not alone. We're not dead yet. We must bear the pain and keep on living. We owe it to Diaz, and we owe it to ourselves. We have to make the most out of life while we can, for as long as we can.
Scarface would probably say to you, take this, and go to face your death like a warrior. But I won't say such things. This weapon is first and foremost a means of protecting your life. Always remember that, Gaw.
Hello? Is it really you?
I've been hearing rumors that Princess Lilbelt's condition is somewhat serious. That makes me wonder where she might be headed.
Seems like you've been through quite an ordeal. You're definitely not the same Black Howling that I used to know.
Because of me? A person I cared for deeply is dead. This person died, and it's all because of me. All he asked me to do was watch out for Ellie. And now Diaz is dead because of me.
The emotional wounds we suffer in battle are often far more troubling than the physical ones, Gaul. And yet a Garudan Gaul must persevere and keep fighting despite his wounds. Listen to the words the man said.
And what man would that be? Scarface?
It's a harsh way of life. And in order to survive it, you have no choice but to build up your strength and fuse your body and mind into a weapon sharp enough to withstand battles that will last you a lifetime.
I understand. But ever since I had that fight with darkness, I realized I tasted the fear of death and became powerless. And because I was frozen in that fear, my friend and brother Diaz lost his life.
No one can blame you at all for your reaction, Gaul. Death can be frightening. Your reaction was perfectly natural. And yet I don't consider it impossible for a person to overcome that fear. You could say that's all I've been thinking about these past few months. Not that I've come close to mastering the fear myself. I just try to remember that every life, mine included, is touched by darkness, and that all darkness ends eventually. So it's best to prepare for the light which comes afterwards. And with that in mind, I can keep on training. I know that when his wounds have healed, I'll hear the Black Howlings roar once more, and it will be as glorious as ever.
Darkness, you have done well.
You're the one who wields the power of Soma which flows through nature. The miracle worker, the Lazarem, Kai-Shik. It was you who restored Diaz's body.
I've witnessed your inhuman techniques, which transcend life and death.
Both his physical form and his soul are sealed within my infinite black eye for all of eternity. As such, he will remain with me for as long as you wish him to.
For the final touch, I would like to stop time for all that flows around him.
You do understand that there exists but one being who can accomplish such a feat.
The one known as Moon Shadow, Lunala Sombra.
I have accepted Diaz Ragu's suspended time.
Lunala Sombra.
I am afraid I am unable to return to you now. I must first tend to a friend. However, my arrival will come by the next new moon. When I look at the moon, I just can't help thinking about Diaz. Just as the moon recedes, so did Diaz. Bit by bit, his life waned until it was just a fragile little sliver.
Shadow Skill! Kyla, hey! What's wrong? What happened to you? This is no time for idle chit-chat.
So it would seem. Shadow Skill, there's something I must ask you as a Karudan Saval.
Sir, as per your instructions, Stavo's unit
has reached the upper banks of the Akia River.
Karuda annihilation techniques? No way! Yes, way. So who in the hell was that guy?
I don't know, but there aren't many who could defeat warriors like you this badly. Damn straight, Ellie. Anyway, lots of suspicious glances are being cast towards Karuda. We even got swept up in it. At this rate, the collapse of the alliance between the four nations is inevitable.
Don't tell me you guys. It gets worse. Our countrymen won't just be calling for justice on Karuda, Ellie.
If things come to a head, I'm afraid they may declare an all-out war.
Declare war? But that can't...
What's that?
It's Princess Lilbelt.
Announcing the arrival of Princess Lilbelt Luviju of the Holy Nation of Ashliana. All kneel before Her Excellency. Well, it seems Karuda has some surprise visitors.
I'm here to bestow the honorable sword of the Holy Nation, Ashliana's blade, upon the strongest of warriors to serve the Holy Nation. I hereby declare the recipient of this unparalleled honor to be the Karudan fighter who goes by the name of the Black Wing, Diaz Ragu.
What? Diaz? That's not fair!
Princess, please! I beg you to reconsider. Bestowing this honor upon a Karudan fighter now with the other nations allied against Karuda is madness!
She's right! This is simply unacceptable! It would only add fuel to the fire and lead us straight into battle immediately!
Silence! It has been decreed that a Karudan fighter be granted the sword of Ashliana. Any hostile action against him is an act of hostility upon the Holy Nation. And what's more, by your very presence in Karuda, you have knowingly broken numerous laws.
As today is a day of ceremony, I'm willing to overlook these transgressions. I only hope that the four divas might carry on and continue to fulfill their duty, becoming further united under the banner of the four divas' law of destruction.
Ellie Ragu. It is my firm belief that your brother is a worthy recipient for the honorable sword of Ashliana. I only ask that you dedicate yourself to pursuing the same high standards set by his example. I want you to have Diaz's Blackwing. Why? Because this is Diaz's life.
So you're giving it to me? I don't understand. I mean, if Diaz died because of me, then why should I care about some stinking honor if all that's left of him is a Blackwing he'll never be using again, huh?
He may be gone, Gaw, but I still have you. Isn't that enough of a reason?
So what now? What do I look like, the answer monkey?
I'm not happy with this turn of events at all.
I want to get to the bottom of this.
Yeah, the bottom. Listen to me, Gaw. I want you to know that I'm willing to sacrifice my life for you anytime. For everything you've done to become a shield for the people you hold most dear, I shall now be this sword to join you. It isn't safe here, Fiolina. I want you to go now, to the house my brother was using.
Sure, you won't take care, okay?
Ollie, you and Kyo go...
No, Ellie, I'm staying here with you.
No way!
And Ellie, I'm not about to go and leave you here by yourself. Forget it. You can drop the bossy little sister act, because I'm staying.
Ellie.
Sire, please. You must get to the room of Hades at once.
He's right. King Ibasutra, the time has come.
You've come back.
I beg your forgiveness, sire, for the sin of abandoning Garuda.
Welcome back, Lord Green. All is forgiven. This way, men!
So, the next new moon. You're absolutely positive that's what Lunala Sombra said?
Yes. But unfortunately, the voice faded right afterwards, before imparting any further information. Lady Genevia, this is an urgent matter. We can't wait for the night of the full moon to continue. If at all possible.
Are you asking me to summon the moon shadow now?
Yes, I am.
Pardon the intrusion! Solfan's new iron cavalry has been spotted within Karudan territory as of early this morning. They're 50,000 strong.
You're kidding me. Of all the worst possible times for this to happen.
So what's with the long faces?
There's no need to worry. We've entrusted Karuda's defense to our most reliable fighters.
We must have complete faith in them.
Above the castle gate! What is it?
Shadow skill.
All troops, stand down! All troops, halt! Cavalry units, stand your ground! Halt and stand your ground! Ready the ranks! Ready the ranks! Ready the ranks! The enemy's main force has arrived. Their naval forces currently occupy half of the lake. They alone number approximately 5,000 men.
Go. You sneak past them, climb the cliff on the opposite shore, and attack them from behind. You'll be on your own, Gaw.
Wait a second. I'm going by myself?
That's right. I'll stay here and divert their attention, giving you the opportunity for a surprise attack from the rear. Now go. All alone amidst that massive enemy force, it's like sending him to the slaughter. Listen to me, Gaw. What ultimately determines the outcome of a battle is courage.
What do you mean, Ellie?
Remember what I told you, that the sword called courage will always be with you.
He'll make it back, I'm sure of it. He will.
It's been a while, hasn't it, Black Howling? You again. You're from Solfan, aren't you? My name is Lin Garukatos. I was there to watch your superb fighting at Blorahan. So now you intend to continue with our meaningless fight, is that it? Quite the contrary. I no longer command Solfan's army. I'd like you to help me save Solfan's new Iron Cavalry. Why should I believe you?
Sir Clack, we're awaiting your orders. If we charge them directly, we'd have to face us of all. But that would mean losing a great deal of men right from the outset. But, sir, the gate is the only possible end. Don't you think I'm aware of that fact?
I left the army and roamed throughout different lands and countries. I realized what was really going on. Ashliana is in danger of being obliterated, and it's all part of an insidious conspiracy, years in the making. I'm afraid you're gonna have to be a little more specific. Solfan is a poor nation. We have neither the Saval nor the power of Soma to help us in our desperation. The only thing that gives us any hope is the annihilation of the Holy Nation. We believe that by destroying the wealthier nations, our time would surely come to pass. Our time will come, they said, or we shall be redeemed. And the poor bastards of Solfan shed their blood to make their dreams a reality. But the annihilation of the Holy Nation turned out to be a lie. A lie deliberately disseminated by forces who sought to manipulate my people. And now, these same forces are using us as a means to an end. Disposable weapons doing their dirty work for them, fulfilling their agenda, not ours. While Solfan mobilized for war, they were wiping out the divas from Likitoa, Felsia, and Kishliana. And now, they're after the one nation which remains standing in their way, Karuda, with help from one, who is a master of Karuda annihilation techniques. I've been unable to determine who's pulling the strings, but whoever it is, their plan is unfolding perfectly. Witness the mobilization of the entire Solfan army, prepared to sacrifice itself for the sake of a secret society. This travesty of justice must be put to an end. I'm headed for the bridge right now. My only hope is to somehow convince them to turn back and go home. I'd like for you to come and help me convince them that their Karudan counterparts are not the enemy, but in fact victims of this scheme as well. With your help, I might be able to save thousands of Solfan lives. So do you think you can trust me? I'd like to. I just don't know if I believe you. Come on, kid, give me a break. Didn't he sound earnest enough for you, huh? Who the hell are you? In time. Don't get your panties in a wad.
Why isn't he back yet?
Well, he had to go around the mountains. That's not such an easy journey for even God to make.
I suggest you get your weapons. Wouldn't want the fun to end too soon. Go, listen. Go and persuade the Iron Cavalry for me. But Lynn! You have to go. About what you said, I do trust you, Lynn.
How touching. You persuading anyone of anything makes me laugh. Black Howling, time is of the essence. I got it. Is that your weapon, or are you just glad to see me? Stay out of this! And you call yourselves starving wolves? Ha! Don't make me laugh. You're more like dirty dogs than wolves. Well, I'm gonna go out on a limb and guess that didn't go as you'd planned, huh?
Lynn!
What are you doing? I told you to go. Please hurry, Black Howling. Please go, Black Howling.
You there. I seem to get the crazy impression that you're the famed Black Howling. How pathetic. Well, you're so scared you can't even lift a finger to stop me! No!
What was that? Enemy attack?
No, sir, not as far as we can tell.
What's the enemy's position then?
They haven't made any moves, sir.
There's a man named Clark that I want you to find. You'll have to hurry and get down there and find my old troop.
Hey, hold on. I'm not leaving you here by yourself.
It'll be a little hard to warn them then.
Listen here, Lynn. I don't believe there's any difference between one life or 1,000 lives, okay?
Damn it, go.
Come on. I'm not quitting you.
Great.
Anyone know who that guy was? Was he friend or foe?
We haven't determined that yet.
Any details on the commotion on the lake?
Our reports indicate that an enemy ship has capsized.
Where are you? Come on. Go!
Who are you?
Who I am isn't important. What the hell are you guys so afraid of? To hell with the balls! Who cares if they can defeat 1,000 soldiers single-handed? Stupid morons. Don't you realize that the Savals are no match for me?
I don't know who you think you are, but last time I checked, I'm the one who's in charge here.
Is that so? Now then, pay close attention! With me here, you have nothing to fear, especially not some stupid Saval. So burst through that barricade and take what you came for! Let me put it to you in a way you can understand, you stupid monkeys! You will move forward to that wall, or I will crush your monkey skulls! Whoever wants to go on living will storm the castle! Now take what is yours!
time.
Here they come!
Damn it, Gaul.
You're living the dream, boys! It's the annihilation of the holy nation you wanted!
The main gate. We have to reduce it to rubble.
That's an order! Can't you see our plan has failed? There is no other way to keep the enemy out of the city! By destroying the gate, we'll prevent them from gaining entrance!
But they can't. What's gonna happen to Gaul? He's out there all by himself.
The holy city seems to be moving southwards. At this rate, we'll...
Who are you supposed to be?
Clean out your ears and listen carefully now. I am the Grandmaster of Karuda, Annihilation Techniques Ying style, Lin Fuma! Looking like stupid monkeys! Charge, you bastards! Charge!
Stupid monkeys. I was the one who guided them to war, who stood before them stoking the fire that raged inside them. My so-called leadership was nothing but arrogance, and so I used it to inspire them, to spur them towards an impossible dream, a dream of victory.
Save your breath, Lin. You need it.
Listen, Paul. There's no dream on earth worth going to war over. Nothing is that good. Nothing.
Hey, Lin? Lin! Talismans. Lin.
Kill him! The enemy's main force is broken through. Any signs of naval activity? No, but we'll take care of it if there is. They won't get through, not on my watch. Who goes there?
Guy Shank sent me. I bring a message. An urgent message for the Karudan army.
Damn it. There's no end to them. My only chance is to draw them to the plaza.
Retreat! Fall back to the plaza! Foley, listen! Go with Q to the Coliseum! Protect the refugees that are gathered there!
Good thinking. Come on, Q, let's go.
You go without me. I'm going to stay here and fight.
What are you trying to prove?
Nothing. I'm not leaving while Gau's out there. I just want to make sure that he's all right.
Don't worry. You can wait for him at the Coliseum.
Tell the truth. You've never come clean about your feelings for him, have you, Ellie?
want to know. When you think of God, do you love him like a brother? Or something more? That's what I thought.
I'm counting on you, Folly!
God, I will wait for you. No matter what happens.
You bastard.
Pretty strong language for a little monkey.
Your little army's gonna be wiped out at the plaza. And I'm gonna kick your monkey ass right here.
In the name of creation and the spirit flowing through all existence, I am thy humble servant, O great one, and have come before you to summon you in my time of great need. Lunalis Umbra. Heed my words to you, Lunalis Umbra, Lord of the Moon. Answer the voice which emanates from my very soul.
In the name of creation and spirit flowing through all existence, I have come in my time of great need. I, thy humble servant, beseech thee, Lunalis Umbra. Please, O Great One, Lord of the Moon, heed my call and hearken towards my voice. In the name of the Lazarem, I hereby address the summoner. He, as of now, still remains in the other world.
What's going on?
Kai Shink is attempting to open a door in this dimension in order to receive him, but it's not working.
Lunalis Umbra. Can you hear me? It is me, Lunalis Umbra. Lunalis Umbra.
He's too fast!
Now you'll see that my Ying style is nothing like other martial arts!
So you're the one using Karuda annihilation techniques to spread terror then?
It's called Ying style, and it's not at all like that ordinary Karudan crap. I'm not spreading terror. I'm educating the world, teaching everyone the power of Ying style.
I'm Fuma. Don't do it, Kyla. Trust me, it'd be pointless to try anything. Not in our condition. We can only stand witness.
What did you say?
The situation is hopeless. At the rate it's moving, there can be no doubt that Julian S. will eventually crash into Karuda. Oh, easy.
See to it that his wounds are treated.
Yes, sir.
And issue an immediate evacuation order to all of Karuda's citizens.
Yes, sir.
I'll be on hand to oversee things personally.
Sir, you intend to leave the palace?
King Ibasutra.
Hmm?
Please allow me to accompany you.
This can't be. Julian S. is going to crash into us?
You're back.
Whatever happens, promise me that you will stay by my side. That's the only way I can be absolutely sure that you're safe.
Yes, sir.
I hereby summon thee in the name of the Lazarem! Lunalis Umbra, the time has come for you to be revealed! Show us thy splendid form! Come forth to replenish the holy city with thy sublime power, so that the depleted Soma may be reinvigorated and the earth shall course with energy once more!
Electra sends new orders! Evacuate! All units! You're to cease fighting immediately and fall back!
Sir, we can beat Sultan! Unless you want your ass flattened, you move it! Before Julian S. slams into it!
What the hell are you saying?
What do you say we take care of this before Julian S. arrives? I hate to kill you and run, but being flattened by a giant rock isn't exactly my thing.
Come on! This is not the time for a duel, Ellie!
Wait, Ellie! Toss that back!
You guys better go! I'll kick this monkey's ass and catch up with you later! Get out of here before that thing comes down on your heads! Run and don't look back!
What's that? Why, you arrogant bitch. Come on, just try and kick my ass!
Do you really think your yin style makes you hot shit? Huh?
Mm-hmm, that's right, hot shit.
I know you are, but what am I?
I am Lord Boma, better known as hot shit!
You're so pissed off you can't see straight! You're just a punk-ass monkey!
I am almost there. It will not be much longer. Please be patient. I will be there soon. It will not be long now. I am almost there.
Is she coming?
In the name of all that is and shall be, I, your summoner, hereby stand before thee. Oh, great one Lunalis Umbra, master of the moon! Please heed the voice which emanates from my very soul and hearken to the call of your servant. Hear me! Reveal thyself! Please, O venerable one, hearken to thy humble servant and reveal thyself. I beg thee, descend!
I will be there. Very, very soon.
Lunalis Umbra, we are your humble servants, O master of the moon. We beseech thee, heed our call, reveal thyself.
I apologize for being so late. I was having some difficulties, but a friend intervened to assist me.
Brace yourselves. We're about to stop. They may have succeeded in stopping Julian S.'s descent, but the wheels have been set in motion, and nothing can prevent the ensuing backlash. Things are going exactly as planned.
Oh no, a chunk of the bedrock is broken off.
Are you telling me that this dislodged piece is going to hit Karuda?
Yes, sir.
It's as if the fist of God himself were coming down right on top of us.
The fist of God, is that what he said? Big guy sure is getting reckless. It's almost as if he's out to crush me, too.
Finish your duel some other time. Listen to me, the both of you. You have to save your hostilities for another day and evacuate.
That's not gonna happen.
What?
I second that. We're about to get it on.
Ellie, please, stop!
Look, there's Gaw.
Nice of you to show up.
This mess. It's my fault, Ellie. I'm sorry.
No time for sorry, Gaw. I'm gonna go up there and kick that rock's ass. You go and kick that guy's ass.
Well, God, I'm surprised that you made it back. I've got to hand it to you. You've got guts for a weakling. Did your friend die from his wounds? I bet he did.
That's enough! You can resume this fight some other day. You must evacuate immediately, Gorban.
Evacuate! Evacuate my ass! When I'm done with this boy, you'll die next. So are you ready? Old man?
How dare you? Show some proper respect.
Oh, it's all right.
We've been looking for you everywhere. Huh? King Ibasutra, sir, we should get you to safety at once.
Tend to the women and children. Go! I will stay.
But Your Highness, you can't...
What about go? Do you not understand?
Yes,
Your
sir.
Highness.
So, are you going to get all trembly and scared again? People have suffered on account of your actions. Nice earrings. What's with the blood? Oh, right. You're dedicating your victory to your hero, Scarface. I, Galban the Black Howling, shall be your opponent. Karuda annihilation techniques. Shadow skill martial arts. What an introduction. Unfortunately, your shadow skills are no match for my Karudan technique Ying style. What is Ying style? I've never heard of that technique before. Sounds to me like an offshoot of shadow skill. A technique where his legs kick like... That looks like... Chainsaw! But he jumped while right in the middle of it! Karuda Annihilation Ying style! Drill Fist! Don't tell me, did that feel like an offshoot skill to you, you annoying little twit? All that calling it an offshoot does is piss me off. Make it seem like Ying style is inferior to shadow skill. But seeing as how I'm stronger than you, that means that in fact it's your skill which is inferior. And I'm superior! I, Lin Fuma, master of Ying style!
There's very little time left. We must leave.
You must have faith in Shadow Skill, as well as the Black Howling. They are our only hope for survival, though.
Garuda annihilation technique. Shadow Skill. Blink it!
So you were able to block my blow and land one of your own with a kick. Not too bad for a wuss like you. And now you want to put a little distance between us so you can regain your balance, is that it? Nice try, but no good! What the? Damn it! Garuda annihilation light skills! Light skills! Light skills? Huh? Garuda annihilation technique Ying style bowler! I think you were under the false impression that I didn't have any hand techniques. But I'd say you were being naive. Your confidence in your techniques misplaced. Warriors like you trust in the style rather than the execution, and end up relying on fancy kicks to finish their opponents. What you and the others fail to understand is that Ying style was created to defeat all opponents, no matter their techniques. It is the one supreme style, next to which all others, including your Shadow Skill, are inconsequential. Nothing can defeat a master of Ying style, certainly not a human, the weakest animal of all! The only source of power which can grant this weak, hairless, defenseless animal dominion over nature is the Ying style. Whether it's a human, a beast, or even a god, it makes no difference. With power, one can destroy anything. Anything within the scope of existence. Nothing can survive my might!
As adrenaline courses through Ellie's body, there is another elsewhere about to awaken, and a transformation set to begin within her.
We'd like to investigate the events in Garuda.
You must be mad. The projectile is fast approaching.
Well, then if we have to escape, we'll use my companion's magic.
Don't be so presumptuous.
Don't tell me you're getting stingy on me now, Kai.
Just don't expect me to do everything.
Well then,
Bring it on, Lin Fuma. I guess you still don't get it. Can't you see you're no match for me? Or is it that you want to die? Blade Sword! Garuda Annihilation Ying style! Kata! Blade Sword? You idiot! My Ying style guitar is twice as powerful as your Blade Sword. Then try my Shadow Skill Sword Kick instead! Your Sword Kick is a potent move unless it's anticipated. Its vacuum forms slowly, so when I'm enclosed, it loses its power completely. Looks like I'm one step ahead of you. Saber! On the other hand, my Ying-style saber produces its vacuum from the very moment I start my kick. Where your moves are poorly designed, mine are razor sharp. How can you ever hope to defeat me with such a sloppy, inefficient style? Don't you understand that you don't stand a chance?
What's your problem, huh? I keep knocking you down and you just keep getting up. You're gonna die all because of that Karudan saying. A Karudan soldier never retreats. As long as he can stand, he cannot be defeated. His strength is that of 1,000 men. What a load of crap.
The power of my blow has no equal.
You do realize that believing in some empty saying won't make you any stronger. A beast doesn't waste its time on mottos. That's why you'll never defeat me. Because I believe in one thing only. My own power, which will never fail me. You talk a lot, but say nothing. What did you say? Just as you believe your yin style to be the origin of your own strength, so do I too believe. I believe my shadow skill is invincible. That is why I stay.
Karuda annihilation technique! Shadow Gate killing form!
Substantial adrenaline surge. Critical point exceeded. Muscles bracing for impact. Maximum power attained in...
Looks like we sure picked a good time to get here. I could send us back. We both know that's not an option.
It's a pity, really. We were so close. We should never have underestimated the strength of the Karudan Savals.
Not to worry, we still have Lymphuma. The Fist of God was merely an addition I made for his amusement.
You learn something new every day. Who would have thought Shadow Skill was powerful enough to shatter that boulder, or take the punishment I dished out? God, man, your body is resilient to an almost ridiculous degree. For you to withstand my cougar, well, I mean, quite honestly, it boggles the mind what a legendary glutton of punishment you've turned out to be. Or could it be there's something else keeping you alive, right, Gaw? I've heard the stories about the Black Howling. Supposedly, you can summon amazing speed and power when you harness it into one massive death blow. Sounds fun. Hope I get to see it. So what do you say you and I play a little game? When this rock hits the ground, we go at each other with everything we've got. The faster one wins. Keep your eye on the rock. This is it, you poor bastard. My next move will finish you off for good. Enjoy your final few breaths because you'll be dead before you know it. Now's my chance. It's over.
It looks like I win. You pulled back there at the end, Gar. Beat you by a split second.
Please, Gar. Hang on.
Get out. Out with it. I'm talking to you. How can I help you if you won't talk? Talk. What scares you, monkey? Huh? Do I scare you, little boy? Huh? God, you are such a chicken. Scared little monkey. Afraid of pain and afraid of death? This guy's a disgrace. Your little brother must be quite an embarrassment to the family. A worthless excuse for a bald who can't even summon the self-confidence to visualize victory. It's downright sickening. Losers like him have no business becoming balls in the first place.
Ellie.
You know, I'm beginning to think the only reason you don't die is because your sister won't let you, you spineless little worm. But it's okay for you to let go now. Time to add your hand to my collection! Though it may not be as valuable as a Saval's, taking the Black Howling's head should add to the prestige and publicity of the Karuda Ying style. And besides that, a lowly Vol too afraid to step forward and defend his pride doesn't really need his head.
You should already be familiar with it. A fear of death so intense that it rips your soul to shreds.
Fear? Huh? What the hell are you mumbling about now?
There is only one power in this world that can overcome such a profound fear. The power of your very own mind.
My mind. God.
Do not look to Shadow Skill for assistance. This has always been your fight, Black Howling Garban. You must overcome this conflict on your own, independent of your sister.
But I can't do it alone. I just can't. I need her. I need Ellie.
A beast needs nothing but the will to survive. To survive and hunt another day among the pack. If you wish to survive, you must become a beast once more. Do you understand, Black Howling? How boundless and pure the heart of the beast truly is. You must learn to take flight, to feel your own heart's purity coursing through your veins. To cast away your doubts and fears, and soar. Search your heart, God. Remember remember that it was once as light and free as a beast's.
But I'm not a beast. I'm a human. And humans can't ever become beasts.
But you can attain the purity that a beast possesses. You must return to the pure truth and beauty which manifests itself in the fangs of a beast. You have felt the terror of death, and it has clung to you ever since. To move on, you must now shed the fear. Only by conquering it can you ever truly earn your fangs, and attain the purity of mind and spirit that a beast possesses.
It is Ellie. To know fear, and yet find a way to fight on despite it. Now I see. That's what strength truly is.
No matter what happens, even if I should die, I shall forever be the sword which drives out the fear in your heart. I am your sword, Ga.
I remember the name of the proud sword you spoke of. It was courage.
What are you smiling for?
You are a pure beast, Black Howling. Your pride, your fangs, are truly the most glorious of all.
My pride. Courage. What's wrong with you? Grant me courage.
What's that? What are you saying?
Grant me the courage with which to fight.
I've had enough with your mumbling. To hell with your courage!
What's that? It's a talisman.
I'm going to kill you. You hear me? I'll crush you with one blow and be done with it!
The same energy contained in the runes of the talisman is emanating from Ga's body. How is that possible? That's how.
Now die!
I bind Maya, the Energist. Ask the talisman. Reveal thyself!
I am the beast from whose heart grows the sharpest fangs. Fangs to move you through danger and deliver you unto glory.
Remember, Gar, you must keep moving. Always forward. Straight ahead.
But to step forward means defeating me. That's impossible.
That can't be!
Step forward and your limbs will fail you. You and I both know I've broken your body, boy. One step forward. What?
Quit messing with me!
It's happened.
You want to go again? Is that what you're telling me, huh? Let's do this. Screw it, I ain't waiting for that thing to fall! Grant me courage and strength of spirit to chase away the fear in my heart forever! Grant my shadow skills the power to soar in the heavens themselves!
Now, soar, Gar!
Shadowgate Genesis killing technique! Cannon! Cannon? What the hell is cannon?
Go, you! Ah! Oh, what's happening?
Why am I suddenly feeling so scared, like never before? You saw, didn't you? You were witness to the victory I earned by the grace of loved ones, past and present.
To her credit, Shadow Skill did much to help avert an even greater catastrophe than what befell us. However, we must still take the appropriate disciplinary measures against her for breaking the Four Divas' law of destruction.
Can't you just let it slide this one time?
No, I cannot just let this one slide.
Straight-laced and stubborn. No wonder you're not popular with the ladies.
Who says I'm not?
Oh, really? I didn't know you were such a lady killer. By the way, Ellie's not to be executed, is she?
Shadow Skill's punishment will most likely be exiled from Karuta for an extended period of time.
And so it was decreed that the 59th Saval, Shadow Skill Ellie Ragu, would be banished from the land of Karuta. But thanks to Scarface's intervention, she would be joined by Garban, her faithful servant and companion.
I'll never finish this f***ing statue.
Ellie, you're as heavy as a f***ing monkey. God, kiss my ass. Golly, where did you get the money to rebuild?
Well, actually, I took it from Ellie's piggy bank. What do you think?
It's great, but we'll need a new side.
Okay, presto. A signs.
Wow, that was amazing!
No, you're amazing, Fiorina.
Which way, Ellie?
That way.
This way?
No, that way. What? No!
You're as dumb as a fucking monkey, too.
I know you are, Gordon. You...
Ellie?
Oh, screw it.
Gotta go to the bathroom.
I'll pinch it off, Bob. I just can't quit.
Never do it again. Please, just don't tell your father.
Ellie, where the hell are we going?
To get a drink.
So it is that as the sun appears in the heavens, so is their shadow.